The story of the outer worlds does not begin on our planet. It begins far beyond Earth, in the boundless frontier of human imagination. It begins with a lone wanderer. A wanderer unlike anything humanity had constructed before. Voyager 1 is not just a machine of wires and metal, it is the physical shape of our curiosity. It carries the stubborn courage of its builders, the hunger to explore what lies ahead, and the timeless urge to see what waits beyond the borders of the known. Voyager 1 became a spark in the darkness, the most distant creation ever sent from human hands. A silent traveler moving through a universe that does not speak. A messenger carrying our stories, our memories, our presence, into the timeless depths of space. It does not rest on Earth. It does not circle the moon. It does not linger near the familiar worlds. Instead, it sails deeper and deeper into the endless night, gliding through a cosmic ocean where no maps exist and no shores appear. Out here, stars glow like ancient fires, and time stretches into a long, unbroken river of silence. Launched in the final months of 1977, Voyager was small, barely the size of a family car, wrapped in thin metal and primitive circuits. Its memory was tiny. Its power was fragile. But inside that fragile frame lived something extraordinary. The belief that humanity could reach beyond its cradle and touch the infinite. Voyager set out carrying a promise, that even a small machine could survive storms of radiation, face giant planets, and whisper back secrets from places no human had ever seen. More than 40 years later, it has traveled over 22 billion kilometers from home. A distance so immense that even imagination struggles to hold it. Yet through that unimaginable gap, one faint pulse still returns to Earth. A signal weaker than a flicker of a candle seen from the moon. But Earth still listens. Across deserts, across oceans, across continents, massive radio antennas stand like patient giants, catching every fragile heartbeat Voyager sends across the cosmic night. Its story is not the story of distance. It is the story of wonder, courage, and discovery, a story about what it means to be human. In the 1960s, NASA engineer Gary Flandreau noticed a rare pattern in the sky, a perfect alignment of Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. A cosmic corridor that opens only once every 176 years. A pathway where one spacecraft could leap from planet to planet, each world twisting its path like a slingshot toward the next. NASA seized the moment and created two explorers, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2. Twin ambassadors carrying humanity's questions into the unknown. Voyager 2 left first. Voyager 1 followed 15 days later, heading toward the giant worlds. The mission was meant to last only a few years, but the universe had other ideas. At Jupiter, Voyager found storms rolling like oceans of fire. It saw lightning crackle across clouds larger than Earth. And it discovered Io, not dead, but erupting with volcanoes. At Saturn, it revealed rings far more complex than anyone imagined, moons carving delicate paths through icy bands, and Titan wrapped in a golden blanket of organic haze. Voyager 2 pushed onward, to Uranus with its tilted axis and strange magnetic field, and Neptune, a sapphire world of fierce winds and frozen geysers. Distant dots of light became worlds with character, color, and life of their own. All of it transmitted by a spacecraft with only 68 kilobytes of memory and a radio barely stronger than a household light bulb. And yet, it worked. Then came the border of the Sun's influence, the helipause. The invisible frontier between our solar bubble and the deep ocean of interstellar space. On August 25, 2012, Voyager 1 crossed that line. Its instruments detected faint plasma vibrations, the first true whispers of the galaxy beyond our Sun. Now it drifts through interstellar night. A place where the Sun is only a distant star, and the nearest atoms of gas are spread thinner than dreams. It heads toward the Oort cloud, a frozen halo of ancient comets that will take it nearly 30,000 years to cross. Civilizations will rise and fall. Languages will change. Mountains will shift. But Voyager will still be drifting. Its power comes from plutonium slowly fading away. Year by year, instrument by instrument, its voice grows dimmer. By the early 2030s, its final whisper will cross the void, and then the silence will begin. But even silence is not the end of its journey. Because Voyager carries something eternal, the golden record. Greetings in dozens of languages. Sounds of waves, wind, laughter, music, heartbeat. Images of life on Earth, of people, animals, cities, stars. It is more than a record. It is a message that we lived. That we dreamed. That we reached. Maybe one day, in a distant corner of the galaxy where our maps have no meaning, some wandering intelligence will come across a small, silent traveler drifting through the dark. It may not think the way we do. It may not see with eyes, or hear with ears, or dream in anything we recognize. Yet it will pause, drawn to this strange metal artifact riding the tides of interstellar space. Perhaps it will be a civilization born beneath a red sun, their world shaped by winds we have never felt. Or perhaps it will be travelers who left their home ages ago, long enough for their own history to dissolve into myth. Or maybe, it will be our own distant descendants, reshaped by time, technology, and evolution, returning to this tiny relic of their ancient origins, a message from the ancestors they barely remember. Whoever finds it, however they think or speak, they will open the golden record bolted to Voyager's side. And for the first time in millions of years, Earth will speak again. They will hear waves tumbling gently onto a shore, the heartbeat of an ocean far away. They will hear laughter, footsteps, and voices layered with innocence and wonder. They will listen to music from across centuries, melodies from cultures that once filled the earth with life and color. And through those sounds, they will meet a species that dared to dream beyond its reach, humans, fragile yet fearless, who looked up at the stars and felt curiosity instead of fear. They will see forests bursting with green, mountains rising like ancient guardians, deserts glowing beneath a golden sun, cities buzzing with movement and stories. They will see the faces of strangers who lived long before them, and yet feel something familiar: hope, longing, laughter, love. And in that collection of images and sounds, they will understand that humanity did not send a challenge or a warning, but a greeting. A message not shaped by borders, flags, or divisions, but by the simple truth that we wanted to be known. Voyager 1 is more than a spacecraft. It is a monument sculpted from curiosity, a mirror reflecting the courage of a species that refused to stay where it was born. It carries no engines of destruction, no claims of ownership, no symbols of power. Only a message forged in metal and memory: we were here. We wondered. We explored. In its journey through the solar system, it transformed distant specks of light into worlds alive with storms, colors, and mysteries. It showed us Jupiter's swirling tempests, vast hurricanes larger than Earth. It revealed Io's fiery eruptions tearing through darkness. It mapped Saturn's rings, sculpted delicately by gravity's invisible hand. It captured Titan's thick haze, a world veiled in secrets waiting for a future age to uncover. Voyager 2, its twin, journeyed further still, revealing Uranus tilted on its side, and Neptune's sapphire winds roaring faster than sound. And through all these discoveries, Voyager 1 continued onward alone, its eyes fixed on the unknown. With a memory smaller than a modern calculator and a transmitter weaker than a hotel light bulb, it sent wonders across billions of kilometers. And we listened. Voyager became the bridge between Earth and the cosmic ocean, a lone ambassador sailing through a sea without a shore. It moves in perfect silence, untouched by time, unburdened by purpose other than to continue forward. It travels into regions where sunlight no longer falls, where particles drift like faint dust, where the distances stretch into impossible scales. What lies beyond that darkness? What forces shape the emptiness between the stars? What unseen energies ripple across the fabric of space itself? One day, perhaps long after Earth has changed into something unrecognizable, beings unlike anything we know will pause before this relic from an ancient world. Maybe they will be biological, creatures shaped by gravity from a world with 2 moons or no moon at all. Or maybe they will be digital minds, beings of pure thought, carved from starlight and code. Or perhaps they will be descendants of humanity, returning from colonies around distant suns, rediscovering the message left behind by their ancestors. And when they touch the golden record, when they hear the heartbeat of Earth stored in gold, what story will Voyager tell? It will tell the story of a species that gazed at the night sky and refused to believe it was alone. A species that built machines not to conquer, but to understand. A species that dreamed so fiercely that it sent a piece of its soul into the universe. Voyager continues onward, power fading, instruments dimming, but purpose unchanged. It carries our story into the infinite, a whisper traveling through an ocean of stars. And somewhere, someday, when the right hands open that record, when the universe finally decides to answer back, Voyager will still be there, waiting, drifting, listening. A quiet witness to eternity.